How is it that with the current market downturn, most of the DeFi tokens, and what I mean by DeFi tokens are tokens that are used to generate yield. I'm not going to talk about internal utility because that's dependent on the protocol itself, where the token, ramificates from. But overall, I'm going to refer to tokens that are immediately pegged to the performance of DeFi, that is, of course, immediately pegged to the performance of Ethereum overall, and that are, in most cases, underperforming largely. So when Ethereum dips a bit, they tend to dip a lot. OVN here is quite different. Never mind the fact that it's pegged to a stablecoin, but still, its competitors, so to speak, in this small niche are, dumping greatly. However, OVN has been standing strong, and the 3-month chart in front of me suggests whatever I just told you. So on this channel, if you've been following, we talk about metrics that not many channels tend to talk about and people overall. So you have the analytics and insightful information regarding what is going on behind the scenes. So it's not like we're inventing bread here. That information is out there, but we're trying to piece a puzzle that is scattered and get a nice picture of whatever is happening in the background. So why is it that is happening? So a few things are, driving all of this. One, and potentially the most important one, is the adoption of USD Plus, which is the flagship stablecoin of overnight finance. So if you come to overnight finance, you will see that right now there is approximately 72.4 million in total value locked. And that means that 72.4 million of USD Plus has been minted. Now, where is that USD Plus overall? Where is it mainly being deployed? And the answer is Base. Base currently holds more than 40 million of all of this. Now, if you check other sources to verify that number, you have, for example, DeFi Llama. DeFi Llama, I think, is lagging behind. You also have this website right here, CoinMarketCap, of course, which is in line with whatever the dApp or basically the landing page is showing you. CoinMarketCap is usually very reliable. So far we have these two matching, and we also have this right here. So CryptoRank.io, which is a bit, further in regards to the margin of error. Like it shows 89 mil, where in fact it's not even close. So I did verify, I checked on chain as well, and it's close to that number. So 72.4 million. And like I said, most of it is on Base. So why is it? Why is most of the USD Plus on Base? The answer is right in front of you. This right here, that pool, OVN USD Plus, which is currently yielding 195.3% APR. So that is a yearly return. But keep in mind that that is a variable, that is dynamic depending on how much money flows into that pool and the price of Aero, the underlying token of the platform. So these two drive usually that fluctuating APR. But based on what I've been following, it has never fallen below 180% more or less. So potentially it has slowly, it dipped slowly there when, for example, Aero crashed to 40 cents, but then it recovered nicely. So you have a nice return in terms of yearly yield. However, remember that when you pair up a volatile asset with a stablecoin, you are in fact at the mercy of impermanent loss. So is OVN creating impermanent loss for people who enter it, or it's not the case? If you look at the 3-month chart here, you will see that if you have bought OVN 3 months ago, so anytime 3 months ago, or in this case specifically 3 months ago, you would have paid approximately $52 per OVN. If we do a small calculation, so if I take the measure here and I look at the performance since then till now, you see that you would have lost 8% in terms of token depreciation. So that is impermanent loss for you. Then that is a hit, correct? However, that impermanent loss has been largely offset by the return that you've been making if you were in the pool ever since you bought that OVN. Either be it on Aerodrome Finance or XtraFi, because XtraFi is also a place where you can go there and earn even a higher return because there is leverage there. So right now, if I go on extrafy.io, you will see that the pool is full. You cannot enter it. And the moment there is credit available for people to enter, there is a rush there. So immediately people take advantage of that pool in order to enter it and increase their return, so to speak. Right now, the extrafy pool is giving approximately 1% plus. I think it varies between 1 and 1.5 recently, at least. Remember, you're paying lenders, so on and so forth. I have videos on extrafy. If you want to learn more what this platform does, feel free to check them out on the channel. But the idea is that people rush to get into that pool the moment there is availability. So right now, if I scroll down and I look at OVN USD plus, you will clearly see that there is barely 900 USD plus to borrow, which is practically nothing. At the 3x leveraging scale, then if you enter a position of $300, then that's the maximum you can do, which is something that not many people will enter for. So it's not much, all right? And still you will see that money being taken away. So people overall will look at this and understand that the token has been performing within a certain range and people are actually getting that yield. So nobody who entered OVN 3 months or 4 months ago is losing money if they stayed within Aerodrome or extrafy. So you have the idea of a token that is giving a high yield, a nice price range in terms of performance. Historically speaking, it's been proving that it's working and everyone is taking advantage of, let's just call it a community effort to all earn yield leveraging the platform and not dumping OVN. And in my opinion, the only time where you will see these huge drops, for example, 1, 2, 3, if you take a closer look, those are essentially epoch flips because OVN is being given as an incentive for voters. And that's something else. And that adds a layer of bullishness here because even though they are intentionally or unintentionally adding sell pressure to the chart by giving away OVN as an incentive, and sure, that OVN is sold off post-epoch, still there is demand to buy up that dip and push the price back up. So there are people waiting for a price depreciation to take advantage and enter the pool. So overall, it's a nice dynamic going on here. And as long as this is, performing as it should, I see no reason why OVN should dip a lot further. Now, of course, if you are somebody on the fence and want to enter, I would suggest you to wait for a post-epoch flip, for example, or for a correction of some sort. And then depending on how you see the price going, you can enter and then DCA, so on and so forth. But I see OVN as a nice DeFi token to leverage and earn yield from. Compared to the others, in my personal opinion, this has been performing the best for the past couple of months. So, and that's what you want, right? You want a token that has a deep liquidity pool, which OVN does, right? So 31 mil versus 25 mil market cap. And there are actually additional liquidity pools, but there are peanuts compared to this one. So you want that, you want a nice price range, and you want a relative high APR to justify the risk that you're taking by buying up these tokens. And all of these things check out. So one thing to follow, the price movement of OVN, the expansion of the supply of USD Plus, because the more demand there is for that, meaning the more demand there is for OVN and vice versa, because they are directly correlated. And because right now overnight has under its belt 72 million, means they can potentially generate enough incentives to keep the lights on for a long period of time, while still not leveraging those incentives because they are giving away OVN as rewards. Remember the tokenomics, they do hold a lot of OVN, so they are, essentially able to do so. And I think overall that examples apply to, or such example applies to basically any DeFi token whatsoever. You have to do the analysis, you have to understand what is the platform behind it and why is it performing as it is, all right? Numerical is coming in for Epoch 5. So that's happening in a couple of days. If you don't have your deposits yet and you wish to do so, feel free to jump in. Remember, do your research. There are videos on the channel on this. There's a glossary, documentation. So check everything out. Reach out on Telegram. All the links will be below. And with that, see you in the next one. Have a good one.